Okay, good morning, all the participants. We'll talk about this outcome-based education. How exactly this fit into the curriculum design? I hope some of you are aware of the curriculum design. Maybe I'd like to know from the participants. Yes. Anyone who would like to put a word, what exactly you do in a curriculum design?
Dear participants, you can unmute and respond.
Yeah, you can unmute and respond because that's an interactive session we can have. Maybe Archana can open up because she's saying good morning to all of us. You can unmute, Archana.
Good morning, sir.
Oh, morning, Jay. We would like to know what exactly
We
you
have
do.
already opened the camera.
Hi, I could see you there. But I would like to see in case we are to design a curriculum, have you ever designed a curriculum or you were there in the implementation stage only?
No, sir.
Huh? You never designed a curriculum.
No.
Okay. Then how do you decide what exactly is to be taught?
Sir, exactly what is required for the industry and bridge the gap between industry and the academy.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
So,
Eh, because that's the basic philosophy. Yes, once I design a curricula, it has to fit into for the industry.
yes, sir.
So this is the outcome which we expect, right?
Yes, sir.
Whatever you will design, that will be fit into the industry there,
Yes, sir.
right? Any
Right.
other thing you would like to say? Any other participant from your center who would like to speak something?
No, sir.
Okay. Then some other center who would like to say something, okay, what exactly they do once the curriculum is to be designed.
Sir, good morning.
Good mornings.
Sir, actually, as we are affiliated college, so we are not in the designing of the curriculum.
Okay.
Uh, we are just to implement the curriculum. But
Yes.
yeah, as we have discussed tomorrow's class, in the tomorrow's class,
Hmm.
curriculum designing is basically the detailed content of any particular program, and we can come to know about the content through the different stakeholders feedbacks and the industry survey, so that we will be able to design the content as I get the things.
Okay.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is that's good. What earlier participants said was, okay, we had to see what our industry expects us. That means ultimately the outcome of that curricula is whatever are the product which we produce after 3 years or 4 years should fit into the industry. Then another is somebody says, ki, yes, in whosoever the stakeholders, because obviously I can't design this particular curriculum in isolation. I had to think about for whom I'm designing this particular curriculum there. So this is what we say, okay, my curriculum as such should be outcome based. This is what our idea of talking to you. Okay, what's the outcome based education? Okay, how exactly my curriculum design fit into there? Then your other stakeholders, they are also part of your things. So that's why we say once we have got an outcome based education, we have to think how exactly a curriculum should be there where we should fit into the outcome based education there. Now, what maybe this is what you might have gone through also. Okay, every we say it's a program. What is the program? Let's say I'm running BTech Computer Science and Engineering. That's a program which I'm running. I'm running Diploma in Civil Engineering. That is a program which I'm running there. So this is what we say. Okay, what is the objective of my program there? Okay, let's say I'm teaching a program. What is the really why I'm teaching this particular program there? And after you go through this particular program, what will be the outcome over there? Now, in this whole process, curriculum has got a major role to play. The moment I say what sort of objective I have got for the program, what we mean by that is the moment somebody does BTech electronics or diploma in electronics, what will the outcome there? Let's say I taught him some courses, he goes to the industry, whether he fits into there or not. That means my outcome, which is there for this particular program, is fitting into the industry or not. This is what we say is the outcome which is there. Now, usually this is what our surveys say, most of our survey says, okay, the industry where our student goes, they don't fit into there. Earlier reports were there that is 70% of our engineering graduates, they are not fitting into the industry. They are not industry ready. So this is origin which is there. Okay, in case whatever outcome is there, it is not to the satisfaction of the stakeholder. Who is the stakeholder in this particular case? It is your industry. And stakeholder is your student also. In case student is not satisfied, at the end of the 3 year, 4 year, he says, "Arey yaar, kya padha diya hume?" That means stakeholder from where program objective and learning outcome came up there is stakeholder dissatisfaction with the competencies of the fresh graduates. You bring a fresh graduate, but industry is not satisfied with that. Students are not satisfied what they got it from the system there. So that is a dissatisfaction from where we thought of okay, why there shouldn't be any objective there. So that's what industry survey says. There's 70-80% of the engineers, they're unemployable. Now, in case I produce someone, you imagine industry. Let's say it's a manufacturing industry. It's producing some parts because these days they're also outcome based only. Let's say they're producing certain parts. In case 70 to 80% of the parts which they're producing are not usable for the other industries and they're not able to sell it. You imagine you're not able to sell your products. Okay, let's say you produce 100 items, 70 items you couldn't sell. Then what is the result? Your industry will close. Because we never surveyed the market, okay, what exactly the market is looking from me. And I keep on producing the items in a closed environment. That's where the issue comes over there. That this is same is true in case of academics also. In case I'm producing people who are unemployable, they'll not fit. My system will go down. Because if you look at the number of colleges which are closing these days, the rate is very high. Why? Because they could produce people who are unemployable. They couldn't get let's say they spent 4 years in a private institute, they couldn't get a job. And then is a reverse action also. People will stop doing that particular program. Now, if you look at, there are so many programs, in spite of the fact we say there are programs which are required, but students not coming there. Because the outcome which is coming from that particular program, students, they're not fitting into the industry there. And suddenly you might have observed there is a lot of students who are opting for a computer engineering or computer diploma or data science or AI. Why? Because there is a lot of demand for that. And once somebody does BTech computer science engineering, he gets a job. Then that has got impact upon the fresh input there, that the students would like to get into the computer science there. So that's what we say. What my program objective is, outcome is, it should meet the societal need for the competent technical human resources. Okay, whatever resources are required, we should be able to fulfill that particular part. So maybe I will not go in detail of outcome-based education, because somebody might have talked to you about outcome-based education. Okay, basically, outcome-based education is required for making the curricula. One thing is, you have to test the learning, what the learner can do, how will he behave. Let's say I teach him some of the courses. In case I make him a good designer, that means that my outcome was that he should be a designer, and I'm able to make him a good designer there. That means test of education is how the learner behaves in this particular environment there. And test of learning is what the learner can do. So what we want is Indian graduate to fit members of the technological society, providing a societal needs, whatever are the problems, whatever are the issues which are there in the industry, he should be able to take up that challenges and the issues there. So this is what we say is outcome-based education. I'm not going to tell of this. Somebody might have talked to you about the outcome-based education there. So what is the fundamental there? That is, the essence is we have to organize this education system in terms of the outcome based, and whatever are the processes, whatever are the essentials there, we should work on that. And we should be very clear what should the student.
Just a second.
Sure.
Archana Gupta ma'am, can you switch off your video if you people are not paying heed? Thank you. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. What we say is, okay, what they are able to do successfully at the end of the learning experience. One of the major component in this is designing the curriculum. As I said, okay, outcome based education is we should have the program outcomes. That means a NBA under the Washington Accord has designed this 12 A2K. I hope some of you might have seen those 12 A2K. And major is, okay, let's say they should have competence in engineering, they should have competence in designing the solutions there. So one of the competencies are there, then curriculum is one of the major things through which I can attain it. We have got the program outcomes. Now, how exactly we have to have those program outcomes there? Because how exactly I impart a program? Maybe somebody would like to comment. How do we impart a program? Every program is imparted through a curriculum. That means the moment I say these are the 12 outcomes which are there, A2K which we say, and from the A2K I have to think of what exactly, which outcome I'll be attaining by teaching a particular course. So this is where your design of the curriculum is very important. Now let's say I have to take up BTech computer science engineering, or BTech civil engineering, BTech mechanical engineering. Then I would like to look at what sort of competencies that fellow should have. Yes, maybe I'll ask you this question. In case somebody maybe from a different branch of engineering or a diploma, in case I had to think about, okay, what is it to be taught to the students? We say it's a curriculum. Now, for designing the curriculum, we have to think of what sort of competency should be there. Now, can you tell me what sort of the competency should be there as far as the curriculum is concerned? Maybe again I'll come back to you people only. Yes. Maybe Vikas Singhal. Can you unmute?
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good mornings. Okay, my question is, okay,
Yeah,
what sort of at the moment, because we say curriculum, once we so give for a curriculum design, we think about the competency. These are some of the competency we should be there in the student. You're from which branch?
I'm from computer science, sir.
Oh, that's great. You're from computer
Yeah,
science. Okay,
yeah.
let's say what is the competencies you would like to have in your students? Because
Sir,
that's the way
yeah,
we design the
I
outcome.
can understand. I've been listening yesterday. Also, Meenakshi ma'am has given a wonderful session, and today also because since this entire FDP is related to curriculum only.
All
So
right.
the and I also has the same consent that since we are affiliated with a university, so course curriculum we can't modify much. But obviously, we are opting some good training for the students where we definitely try to create a curriculum by filling the industry academia gap,
Mhm.
which exactly the student has the requirement in the industry like AI. Then we are having the advanced core Java or advanced Java, then advanced Python, which we are not having in our course. So
Right.
these are the really emerging technologies, and the product based companies are really looking after these students only. Apart from the normal cadre of the students like Info is hiring, or you could know Techem is hiring, or TCS is hiring. I am already working on this type of curriculum where the students can impart their output in AI, machine learning, and Python based.
Okay.
And I am happy to share that my college, I'm located in Greater Noida Institute of Technology as head of the IT department.
Okay, that's great.
And this time, sir, a second year students has done a remarkable job, and 20 students has published, and the grant is about to have to be approved as a patent, sir.
Okay.
And they really done very good things into it. I'm very happy, and all this comes out by attending the wonderful workshops and FDPs like this one, sir.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah,
Eh,
thank you so much, sir.
okay, what Vikas has said is that there is always a competencies which we have to define in the curriculum, and there may be competencies which have to be defined at the time of beyond the syllabi.
Yes, sir.
Because what happens is, let's say curriculum design, a usually it takes maybe we wait for one cycle of a curriculum to be completed, but in some other institute maybe we take a three cycles or four cycles of the curriculum to complete, only then we design the new curricula. But what
Absolutely.
Vikas said is, okay, since there is a requirement of a competences which may not be there in the syllabi or in the curricula, but still industry is looking for that. So can I think about beyond the syllabus in your curriculum itself? Can I think about this particular part? Because this is a very important component.
We
Now,
have done this, and we have done this for data structure this time, sir.
right. Because what happens is in a week, one of the characteristics is we can't think of a very hard curricula there. That is strict curricula where all the courses have been fixed. So the new concept which is come up in the curriculum design is, can I think of a more open electives? Because the issue which Vikas has raised is very important. Okay, if his curriculum is, okay, these are the 5 courses you will go in the first semester, these 5 courses second semester, these 5 courses in the next semester. Since curriculum I can't change, I don't got any option of bringing new things into the curricula. Then what we can be done is, can I think about the curricula where there is a lot of openness for the students? Maybe you talk, we these days we talk a lot about the open electives. Okay, just like he raked up, okay, he needed, okay, in BTech computer science, they should know AI, they should know machine learning, they should know all these things which are there, which has emerged in only 3 or 4 years. Now, what should he do? If his curriculum is tightly compartment based only, then he can't fit into there. Then maybe he is to go through the other route, which we say is the learning beyond the course syllabi there. But students are not ready for it. But what we have to do is, can I think about open electives? Can I think about open, let's say, had this curriculum been there where some open electives are there, maybe open elective in AI, open elective in machine learning, and you keep on filling this basket with more open electives there. And let this flexibility be there with the institute. Okay, let's say the university system, because most of you are from the affiliated institutes, can there be a curriculum where university gives you option, okay, out of these 20 electives, whichever elective you would like to float, you float. So that can be taken care of the issues which, very important issue which Vikas has raised for making the students employable there.
So we are doing it, and this time we have open elective list from the university side, and we have opted 3 open electives, and out of that, one is very important, that is data analytics, and we are using an open source tool of AI, in which we are using that tool in the labs and making the students aware of how the data can be managed using that AI tool, sir.
Okay, that's great. Any other who would like to comment upon this? Maybe Dr. Devinder Kumar? Would you like to say something in this regard?
Sir, we are from IMS, IMS Ghaziabad University Courses campus.
Okay.
We are also running quite a many specialization courses apart from the curriculum, which are not there in the university syllabus. We are running specialization courses like machine learning, AI, advanced Excel, IoT, Python, cybersecurity. All these are the advanced specializations which we are running. We run in each semester. Some courses we run in the even semester, some courses we run in the odd semester. That is apart from the university curriculum.
Nee, how do you give credit for this sort of courses?
So we do evaluation. First we do give them the training, and then we give do the evaluation for that.
No, my question is, once they're getting a degree in BTech Computer Science and Engineering from the respective university, the courses which you're doing for the students, are they beyond syllabi or they are within the syllabi only?
Actually, sir, we are affiliated with CCS University Merit, and we are running BCA courses over here. And apart from university courses, we provide specializations, subjects like it based on cybersecurity, data analytics, or IoT based. We have a parallel running system over here. We provide a diploma for those students based upon their performance. And they are students have been opted their specialization as per their interest in third semester onward. So we are running it parallelly in third semester, fourth semester, fifth semester, and in sixth semester we have a project based upon the specialization that students have opted upon.
Okay, that's good. I'm trying to understand your system. That means along with the BCA diploma, they will get a diploma in cybersecurity. They will get a diploma in AI like that. So this is precisely what our new education policy also says. Can our student opt for 2 things simultaneously?
No, student will opt only single specialization.
Yeah, it's a specialization, but let's say one is a diploma, other is a degree he's doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Degree from university side.
That can make him more employable there in this particular scenario there. So this is what new education policy also emphasizes upon that. Can he do 2 things in parallel? I think this is what you're doing.
We are running it from 2016 onwards.
Yeah,
we are successfully running it, and our students are doing really well over there.
Yeah, that's a good case story, I would say. Yes, because you may not formalize. Formally, we are doing in new education policy, but formally, this is what is expected from you to do in the new education policy there. Any other one who would like to share his experience? AIT AM, anyone from AIT AM?
Hello. Sir, good morning.
Hanji, Hanji.
Sir,
Yes.
good morning. Good
Good
morning. We are from IITM, IITM, Takali, Andhra Pradesh.
Okay, you're from Andhra Pradesh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Eh,
yes. So, in
we
this, in the similar lines, I would like to answer means question. Pose a question.
sure.
So we have almost, I hope, all institutions having a three benchmarks, maybe three or more. So one benchmark is as per we syllabus curriculum, we should go in lines of an university which is affiliated by some university. And
Right.
the second case is because the student perspective, there is a career course like if we want to, the students want to do some higher educations, gate is one of another benchmark,
Mhm.
and the second is industry orientation. So since we have three benchmarks here, they here framing of syllabus is a tank water, like it's a limited,
Right.
right? So how and why and in which way we do justice for the students, because we have three benchmarks.
Right. You are posing me a question or you are
Question, sir. I'm not. I'm
okay,
posing a
okay.
question.
You are trying to put up
Yeah.
this question because this is a very important thing. Let's
Yeah.
say a one we look at the university perspective,
Okay.
other
Yes.
we look at the student perspective. Let's
Yes.
say
Yes.
what outcome student is expecting and what outcome my university is expecting from me. University says, okay, you do this 40 courses, he will earn this BTech.
Yeah.
Whereas student, what they feel is, hey, along what will I do with this particular degree in case I don't clear the gate and my outcome is only then my outcome is expected by the public sectors there
Yeah.
or for my
Yeah.
higher education. So that means my student's aim is slightly broader as compared to the aim of the university there. This is where institute has to come pitch in there what sort of additional they can offer them.
In this case, university may not be obey our institutions, which is affiliated. So in that case, what we do?
No, this add-on courses students can do at any place
Yes.
because you have to give. Maybe you are not able to offer them within your own campus, but
Yeah.
yes, you have to guide them how exactly they can do this particular add-on course so that at the end of the day they are employable there. Because this is what we say. Usually there is a conflict between engineering and technology.
Yeah.
Engineering lasts for a longer as compared to technology.
Yeah.
So we have to balance between these two.
Yeah.
Because either curriculum should have got this sort of open elective. Once you talk to universities, they should have got this open electives, and there should be some flexibility with the institute. Okay, for this particular program, this particular 20 credit, the respective institute can give based on their own needs. So while you design this particular curricula, think of maybe 10 credit, 15 credit, which can be imparted by the respective institute only, and only university has to follow this.
Yes.
That is a new philosophy which is emerging very fast. Okay, because we institute can't think of autonomy at this particular stage only. That is a very slow process. So we can think about this sort of a way, right?
So another just
Sure.
I'm posing in this. So by adding add-on courses or something else courses, practically the students are roam around somewhere to somewhere, because add-on course is different from the regular classwork. So during the tenure of this course, time is also very important factor.
Right, I agree.
So that is also we are losing.
No, that's
Because,
what
yeah, we are
solution.
adding. Yeah, we
Solution
are.
lies with, in case 15 to 20 credits are allocated to the institute, you just think of what courses the student have to go do and let them learn from there. Because if you look at, this is the philosophy which is there with the NPTEL and others, because there is a flexibility. 20% of 20 credit for each of the program can be earned by the student of their own. So you can give this sort of option to the students. Okay, let them learn through NPTEL, let them learn through Coursera, and these credits we should be able to transfer this credit to the system there. This is what broader philosophy of the new education policy there.
So in the same way, we are offering also honors and minor courses also, sir.
Yeah, this is how you can think of, right? Anyone else? Because this is very important. How exactly we have to think about our curricula.
Thank you, sir.
Because
Thank you, sir.
once we think about the curricula in a very compartmentalized way, things doesn't work, because there is a lot of diversity which is happening. So
Yes.
there has to be some flexibility like this through
Yes.
which this sort of a curriculum can be made.
Right.
Somebody else would like to comment? But this is a very interesting discussion. Maybe Aditya Dubey, Adin M, of Dr. Devinder Kumar, Dr. Rashmi Sharma, anyone who is available. Dr. Samita. If I'm asking the name, they should be there in the discussion phase also. Gagan, Gunjan,
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. I am from ABS Engineering College.
ABS Engineering College. Okay.
Yes, sir.
What's
Yes,
the
sir.
good name?
And Dr. Shikha Verma.
Okay, Dr. Shikha. Now we would like to see how exactly you handle this sort of a diversity which is happening in the curriculum these days.
Sir,
Students are
actually,
expecting something, and our university or curriculum is offering something different.
sir, we are running some add-on courses like some technical courses for networking, for Java programming, for Python programming, and we promote our students to join Coursera
Sure.
and other Udemy, many courses, and also NPTEL courses, so that they can attain more certificates and they can got better jobs.
Now,
And
do they get this credit transfer as far as their university degrees is concerned?
no, no, sir. Actually, in AKTU for MCA program, we all are from MCA program,
Hmm.
and for MCA program, there is no such criteria for credit transfer.
But this is what the new philosophy is. Can I think of this sort of a credit? Because students, in case they do some courses, they want credit for it.
Yes, sir.
Because there is a very little few self-motivated, self-driven students who say, along with the degree, I'd like to do 10 more courses. But
Right.
that's what you have to impress upon your universities. Okay, let them opt for this new education policy where there is a lot of flexibility as far as the opting of the courses is concerned. This is what is a major take you can think of having for the curriculum development. Maybe we'll continue.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So this is what we say. What sort of a desirable competencies? Once we were discussing with a number of participants, a lot of things came up there. The competencies which industry is looking, which students are looking, may not be available in the curriculum which has been designed earlier. How exactly to take care of that? There are so many solutions which have emerged there, but as far as the new education policy is concerned, people will have to think about how exactly I can fit into my curriculum in the new education policy there. So this is where your design of a curriculum is very important based on the outcome-based education there. Okay, how outcome-based education can help you in designing this sort of a curriculum there. Then you have to think of instructions, because curriculum designing doesn't mean only designing the contents which are there. How exactly you will go for the assessment for that particular curriculum there. That's also important component. One is we have to think about the curricula. How exactly I'll be teaching that particular, imparting that curricula, and the how exactly I'll be assessing this particular curricula there. So these are the three major things which are there. Now, what is my aim? Whatever are my program outcomes there, it should be able to meet that outcomes there. So I hope you can now appreciate K program outcomes, which has been defined by the NBA, which we say A to K under the Washington Accords. These are standard ones there. Now, all those, they have to fit into your curricula. Then you have to measure whether they have been attained or not. That is done with the help of this particular assessment there. Okay, how exactly we assess the student in this particular perspective there. So this is what our outcome is, which we would like to have from the curricula. Okay, what sort of specific outcome in terms of individual learning? Because in the earlier time, We used to say, okay, these are 20 courses which has to be taught in this particular curricula there. Now, we talk a lot about the open electives. We talk a lot about the NPTEL courses and others. So that I define, okay, this 160 credit, if you earn, you will get a degree. What are the courses which you give? Think of a broader perspective. I know we can't teach all the courses. We have to think about the some platform through which these courses can be taught there. That will take care of the individual learning which is required for the students there. Now, outcome is what are the key things students should be understand and do in this particular curriculum structures that. Now, why we say we have to redesign the curriculum? Okay, if this particular job is not done, which is the outcome. Outcome is key things students should understand and do. And if we are not able to do it, if job is not done, redesign, redo, and rework. So these are the three things which we'll say. And this is what we say is the continuous quality improvement there. How does my curriculum improves? Let's say you as a faculty member teach a course, you observe few things. Okay, instead of this topic, this should be there. Instead of this, more emphasis upon this topic, whereas more emphasis should be there on the other topic there. It becomes a cycle. Let's say once a curriculum is imparted, then we think of, can I change, make changes into that based on some feedback. This feedback can be from the industry. Industry says, why you're teaching this course? We don't require. If can industry says we don't require, instead of this, we require this particular course, perhaps you can think about this sort of improvement there. That we say is a continuous quality improvement. I make a curricula, get the feedback. Who are the ones who will give you the feedback for your curricula? It is your stakeholders. As we say, your stakeholders are your students, your alumni, your employers. So based on the feedback, we try to redesign our curricula. Because why we have to do it? Because of the job which we are focusing is not able to done. So this is what we say, our shifting of the focus is there. Now, earlier time we used to say teaching. Now we say these days we say learning. Whether whatever is being taught, students are able to learn anything out of this. This is what we try to check in the through the curriculum design. Okay, whether there is a learning component which is happening. That is what we say is a curriculum part is a assessment. You teach, but students are not happy whatever have been taught there. Then what will do? You have taught, but they have not learned. Then we go for not the mere skills, but we have to think about reasoned thinking. So this is what is the emphasis of the new education policy. Okay, you have to think about how exactly I can make a teacher, make a student as a critical thinker there. It's a content? No, it's a process which is important there. Process through which he learns. End result is not important, is a process through which he goes for is most important there. And from the teacher instruction, we are shifting to the student demos. So that's why we say it's more emphasis upon the project-based learning there. Can I think about the projects which a student does? And with the help of these projects, he learns a lot of things. Because in the earlier time, it was the teacher who gives the instructions in the labs also and others. And it used to be demo projects. But now if we are shifting our focus and we are going for the student demos there. Now, once we design, we have to design any curriculum based upon the outcome-based education. We have to determine what sort of objectives are there for each of the course. Let's say in case I'm teaching a course, why I'm teaching a course? Just like we say for the program, there are objectives. Same way, For the courses, there are objectives. Let's say if I ask you, why do you teach data structure to the students? In case student goes through the data structure, he should have got this sort of a objective or capital like this. Then this is the outcome which will be there once he does this data structure. Once he does this AI course, these are the objective which has been kept for while teacher designing this particular course there. Now, then I expect this will be the outcome there. For each of the subject or course which we are teaching, this is outcome expected. This is how these curriculum are made these days. You define name of the course, then you define what sort of a course objectives are there, and then we say once somebody does this particular course, then what will be the outcome for this particular course there. Maybe there is a Bloom's taxonomy there. I'm not going to tell of this. There's a Bloom's taxonomy there where we talk about what sort of course objectives, course outcome should be there in this sort of a scenario there. Now, then we have to think of a selection of a learning experience to achieve the objectives. Okay, what should be outcome? The learning experience is outcome there to achieve these particular objectives there. And then we think about how exactly this can be continued. Let's say if I had to teach 40 courses, we have to think about organizing all these things. And then we try to find out up to what extent we are able to achieve. Let's say if I talk about learning experiences there or learning outcomes there or course outcome there, because these are the terms which we usually use there. Now, up to what extent we are able to achieve it. So this is what we say is the outcome and up to what level we achieve. Let's say you imagine if one question is there, and there were 100 students, everyone scored 10 out of 10 in that. So what is my outcome? That means my outcome is 100% in this particular course there. For this particular component is 100%. But in case of some test which are based on certain outcome there are only 40% student pass. Then what we should say? That means attainment of this particular course, extent to which learning has been done is 40%. Now then your institute has to decide okay, what sort of a learning is we require in this sort of a scenario there. So this is a system approach to the assessment. You got a curriculum, you got a learning, you got a instruction, you got a learning process, and you have continuous quality improvement there. So this is how the cycle moves. This is what we say is the system approach to the assessment. Okay, you got a curricula which was designed keeping in mind what should be taught for the BTech computer science there. Then there were certain courses which have been designed. In third semester, they should do data structure, they should do machine learning, they should be able to do a computer architecture. We give the instruction in these 3 courses for the BTech third semester students. They go through this particular learning process and they go for some tests, they are evaluated. Then we realize there is some improvement required. We say it's a continuous quality improvement required, and this becomes a cycle. How frequently you complete this cycle, that will strengthen your curricula. Your strength of a curricula, your quality of a curriculum will depend upon how many cycles it has gone through. In the earlier times, maybe technology was not changing so fast, engineering was not so vibrant. We used to say my curriculum will last for 10 years. Or maybe there are institutes where curriculum was lasting for 15-20 years also. But now there is a paradigm shift which has happened. Every curricula, in case it goes through one cycle, it has to change. It has to change in a major. There can be major changes into that, or there can be minor changes into that. That depends upon the system in which this curriculum is imparted. Let's say you are a part of let's say you, some of you might be part of a university system where curriculum changing is very easy because it's not affiliating institutes. Teacher, while teaching, the course can change. Just like in our university, we can change the course content while we are teaching, and we inform our senate. That may not be possible in case of the affiliating institutes. In that case, you have to build up this sort of cycle. Whosoever is teaching the course, he should give the feedback, and then this feedback should go to the university, and university should opt for this particular system there. So maybe I'm not going to the detail of this. This somebody might have talked to you. Okay, that's how mission and vision for an institute are being made, based on what sort of a program are there, what sort of program education objectives are there, and based on that we make this sort of a vision and the mission there. It is all dependent upon this particular part, course learning outcome of the subject there. So overall, it's a campus students learning there. Maybe I'm not going to detail of this, how these POs are being formed. Okay, that is what tools we use for this is alumni survey, advisory board, employer survey, graduate studies feedback, placement data, and the exit surveys there. Yes, this is what we say our what students do at a program exists. And broad discipline specific, we say is a KSA or A2K, knowledge, attitude, and what sort of skills he attain out of this. Because once any curriculum is to be made, these are the three important things. Knowledge, what sort of knowledge we would like to impart to the students, what sort of skills have to be built up in him, and what sort of attitude changes which will happen in this sort of a scenario there. So these are some of the broader discipline specific cases which are there in this sort of a scenario there. Now this cases, this broader discipline specific cases have been further defined in ABET as a A2K mandatory plus these are corresponding to each of the program. These are the some of the accepted things. In case you don't know this A2K, just go to this, maybe since this program is related to outcome based education only, maybe in case it's not available to you, go to a NBA site, try to see what are the A2K which has to be there for any program. So this is what we say, that if the curriculum which is there, that is doesn't follow this particular A2K, courses are there, but all courses they are not able to attain this particular A2K, then that's what we say the shortcomings. And document are there to process, to assess and evaluate the extent to what achievements are there for the POs and the POs there. And we say as a result of evaluation is continuous quality improvement there. So what we have to think of is, this is the last thing, summary of course outcome mapped collectively to each PO and each PO to his specific POs there. So this is what we need a mapping as far as curriculum design is concerned. One is you make this curriculum, then another is you think of the mapping. Maybe somebody will talk to you about this mapping there in your this 1 week, but this mapping has to be part of your curriculum there. Which, let's say you have to define these are A to K which are there, and which course will be mapped to which A to K. All courses, one course can't map to all, but yes, there may be one course which map to two outcomes there, or three outcomes there. This is, then you have to define how much is the mapping. Is it very strong mapping? Is it a medium? Or is it very low mapping which is there? So this is what we have to define as far as the curricula is concerned. So this is a broader perspective which is there. Maybe then I will go for discussions. Okay, your input as far as any system is concerned is a curriculum. For imparting this curriculum, you need faculty, you need lab, you need all the information resources there. So they, whole of this thing acts as an input. You for the any course, let's say BTech Computer Science Engineering, we need a curriculum for the BTech Computer Science Engineering there, which we talked about. Then we need faculty who is competent to teach this. Then we need other resources, labs, information, and the resources there. Then they go for the processes. My process is teaching and the learning of that coursework. Whatever curriculum has been designed, in the same spirit, I have to impart this particular curriculum through some processes there. What are the processes? There can be labs, there can be teaching, there can be all these processes which are there in this sort of a scenario there. Then, how exactly we have to think about the short-term POs or a statement we say is the A to K are mapping there. Then we look for whether this particular thing is satisfying the users or not. Whatever are the users who are there, is it satisfying to all our stakeholders? This is what NB expects. Your employer, industry, academic, student, and alumni, they should be able to satisfy this particular curriculum there. Maybe now, since this is what I thought I'll discuss with you, now I'm open for discussions. Let's start some of the discussion points there. Right? Any question you got? Anything you would like to give? This next 10 minutes we'll keep for that only.